Hello and welcome. My name's Andy. I'm the Engagement Manager for Albany Beck Public Sector. We specialise in delivering programmes of work, whether that be in digital, data, technology, corporate services to our public sector clients. Today I'm joined by Jonathon from Human Engine, where we're going to be discussing commercialisation within local authorities. Thank you for joining us, Jonathon. How are you this morning?
Very well, thanks Andy. Pleasure to be here.
Fantastic. It's great to have you. So before we begin, could you give us a little bit more information about yourself, Human Engine, and what it is you do?
So I'm the Managing Director of Human Engine, which is a consulting and training firm that I founded last year with a number of colleagues who joined me from the public sector. One of the things that we became really passionate about was commercialisation in the sector and how a more commercial approach can help local authorities to improve the quality of public services.
Jonathon, what are the benefits of commercialisation to local authorities?
So commercialisation is, in my view, one of the key pillars that any modern organisation needs, alongside things like digital, workforce development and understanding its data and its assets. That's not just true of local authorities, that's true of organisations in general, in my experience, but for local authorities it's particularly important. So the typical council will have had its budget reduced by around 45% over the last 10 years. There are now a number of local authorities who receive no central funding, what we call the revenue support grant, from central government whatsoever. So councils have had to look for new and innovative ways of doing things. Use of technology has played a huge part in that, but so has being more commercial in your outlook. Now that might mean saving money through your third-party expenditure, through your contracts, and we work with a number of organisations to help them do that, in many cases saving millions of pounds out of contracting better with the marketplace. But it also means looking for new sources of income as an alternative to those traditional cuts. Now for some councils that will be all about investing in their assets, in property in the local area, so it has the dual benefit of both generating return for the council but also having a local economic impact, regenerating an area, increasing the local economy. That in turn has a boost to business rates and council tax, so you end up in what I call a virtual circle. For other organisations, it will mean trading services. So many organisations trade services both to residents and to other local authorities and other private sector organisations as well. There's an increasing trend towards the sale of back office services in local authorities that have maintained strong corporate services teams. So the benefits of that are increased income. You can use commercial acumen as a way to improve the quality of services to residents. The core ethos here is that commercial is not an add-on or a distraction from what you're doing. It's there to protect and enhance frontline services. So you have an opportunity to either offset the effects of austerity on your services or to continue to provide services that you wouldn't be able to provide under normal circumstances. You can use the information that you get from customers about what people are willing to pay for as a way of redefining value. So in the private sector, value is often defined as what a customer is willing to pay for. That's something that's somewhat new for local authorities. Traditionally, people haven't paid for their services, but you can use that insight to get a really good understanding of what people value about the services you provide.
So Jonathon, what are the benefits of commercialisation for the local citizen?
There's a new report out by the Local Government Association called Profit with a Purpose, which I highly recommend people who are watching this video to read. It gives a number of examples of local authorities through their commercial activities achieving better social outcomes or social value. So social value has a specific meaning under the procurement legislation, under the Social Value Act 2012. It refers to something very specific that organisations try to achieve through their supply chain activities. But it has a wider definition, which is about the core purpose of a local authority being to create value for society, for its citizens, for communities and for businesses. And there are a number of really good examples in this report from the LGA of local authorities using more commercial practices to achieve increased levels of income, but also to achieve wider community benefits and social return on investment. So one example is the Wirral Growth Company. So Wirral Council has partnered with a private sector organisation, created a joint venture with the purpose of regenerating the area, the local area. That has the benefit of using council assets more effectively, attracting private investment into the area and regenerating the local economy. So in turn, that creates increased levels of council tax and business rates, but also creates local employment opportunities. Really good example of the merging of commercial value and social value. So another good example would be Edinburgh City Council, which is the majority shareholder of Lothian Buses, one of the largest bus companies in the UK. So that's a privately held company, but as I've said, it's majority owned by the council. It's a profitable organisation, profitable company, generates significant surplus revenues, which the council then attracts as a dividend in order to help its financial position. But there's a number of obvious wider social benefits that come from that type of commercial operation. big boost to the local economy. So it helps people to get around the city and the surrounding areas. It's got great links into the airports, so that's a boost to the local economy. It supports tourism, which is a key feature of the economy in Edinburgh City. And it also has the benefits of being a more sustainable method of travel. So the council is meeting its environmental objectives, including carbon reduction emissions, and providing sustainable travel options for people. So that's a really good example of blending good commercial acumen, well-run, profitable business, generating surplus for reinvestment in public services, but also achieving a number of wider social and economic benefits for the local community.